Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we have for you Game 6 of the Major League Soccer 2019 regular season. Let's get things started. Now, last week you saw that debacle versus FC Dallas, 4-1, crushing away defeat. And that's two pretty bad defeats in a row for us, and that drops us down in the competitions. We're in 5th place with 6 points, 5 games, 2 wins, 3 draws, -3 goal differential. So we're not looking too good. I mean, we're looking pretty good next to DC United, who's got a -13 goal differential. But still, we got to work on that goal differential. We got to get some wins, especially on this road trip. Now, that's going to be made a little bit more difficult because of all the players that we have out on international duty at the moment. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players, 5 of which are pretty regular players, so we got some issues going on there. Is that even really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, that looks more like a list of players who are out right now. Yeah. Hassler, Lair, and Lutweiler, Petrasso, Piet, and Teder all out on international duty, so we got a bit of a rotated squad, but we're going to try to play as many starters as we can because we're playing, of course, our rivals, Tirana FC. Where are they at these days? They're down in 9th place. They've only got 1 win, 2 draws, and 3 losses for 5 points. So both of us are struggling a little bit. And it's going to be pretty important to see who can break out of that, snap out of it with this game. So we're going to go with the formation number 2. Hand that over to the assistant coach. Let's go. See what we got going on here. Atlanta United, Orlando City are also playing this week. Good luck to them. We got to break out of this funk. I mean, we just played so badly the last 2 games, just letting in so many goals. And part of that is, of course, due to all the players out on international duty, but it's not totally that. There's something else missing this season. We gotta figure out what it is. We gotta get some consistency. Oh, sorry about that. I had to pause there in the middle as the mailman came to the door. Still working upstairs instead of in my studio downstairs. So, you know, got things like that occur, unfortunately. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, so we got to break out of this funk. We got to win this game. This is a huge game for us. Get one up on our rival. Get back in the winning column and maybe shore up our defense a little bit. I mean, the formation number 2 isn't great for shoring up the defense, but, you know, if we go on a protracted losing streak, we might have to think about changing up some of our formations and becoming a little bit more defensive in some of our formations just to give us a chance to win. But in the meantime, we're going to go with what has worked in the past. With formation number 2 here, we got Mane on the bench, Chonier, Louis, Watts, Tran, Duverne, and Montero on the bench. And as you can see, form number 2, let's go. Lacking some match sharpness out there, but that's to be expected when we have to play reserves. So Toronto FC, they're going with the 4-1-2-3 DM formation. So they're a little bit defensive. Got Moro on the left wing going forward. Roa, familiar with him from our days at LAFC on the right-hand side. He's a good player getting forward as well. New player here, Reynolds, looks like some sort of regen. Bradley and Gage in the midfield. Altidore, Asperilla, and Giovinco. It's a pretty tough-looking top 3 here. We can see what Giovinco's up to these days. Most assists, 4 assists, 7.2 rating, and 7 appearances. That's pretty good. Asparilla's their top goal scorer with 4, so we're going to have to watch him. Meanwhile, we're going with Crepeau in goal, Giglio and Salmon at the fullbacks. Cabrera and Guijer in at central defense. Nasco, our draft pick in the super draft, second round pick, making his debut at defensive midfielder. Toure in again at midfield. Vargas, Romero at the wings, Jackson Amel, and Mancosu. That was a good team last year. Those two guys played very well together last season. I believe this is Mancosu's third appearance, so we're going to have to really, we're going to have to clamp down on how many times he plays this season. We might even just have to shut him down at mid-season if he's got like 10 or 15 appearances by mid-season. But for now, we need him, so we're going to put him in there, let financial concerns wait for some other day. Pep talk, and put an end to our poor form. No, nobody cares about that. Opposition instructions. Apply the advice to our team, and that looks like pretty solid advice. I think the other thing I'd do is close down Asparilla. Morrow, we got to watch him, and I got a feeling about Roa as well. He might come forward just out of habit. So we got a lot of guys to watch. We're going to send our assistant. We don't care about that. So here we are, BMO Field. That's, pretty good contingent there in the corner. Here we are in the blue Blanc Noir. Yes, possibly. Anyway. Nice interception by Salmon ends the highlight. And let's go. Let's see what we got. Giglio, 1 minute and 53 seconds in. We got our first highlight. Vargas to Toure. Intercepted by Bradley. It's another turnover by Toure. Altidore to Guijer. That's a bad pass. Giglio with the interception. He's going to send it forward. Jackson Amel. Is he going to get it forward? He is to his partner, Mancosu, with the easy goal. The old man can still score goals, especially when that was a nice setup by Jackson. So the Eastern Conference seems to be a little sluggish this season. I mean, a win here will jump us all the way back up to third place. So we can just hold on. That's just a great pass. Great through ball to Mancosu. And then he does what he has been doing. Scoring them goals. I mean, maybe we were a little too hasty replacing this guy. 34 years old now? Yeah. I mean, he's still okay. He's still pretty good. But he is falling down, so we got to worry about that. Anyway, he's going to be good for this season for as much as we play him. There's a bad pass intercepted by Salmon. Romero returns the favor though. Gets it forward. Salmon makes another okay play, but he can't beat Altidore. There's Giovinco. Looking out wide. Morrow on the overlap. Altidore. Giovinco. Centers to Guijer. Guijer was not paying attention at all. Vargas to Jackson. Jackson again to Mancosu on the counterattack. He's got a man out wide. Get it to him. To Romero. Romero's going to go in on goal. He crosses it to Jackson. Nice. What a counterattack, boys. That's how you should play right there. It was a lovely pass forward by Mancosu. I thought he was going to keep it himself for a minute there, but no, he does the unselfish play. Just makes sure, nicely placed pass, and then Romero, again unselfish, to Jackson, who just, that defender, whoever that defender was, he was not paying attention. I think that might have been Roa, because Roa is kind of a small guy, so he's only 5'7", 147 pounds. So him going up against Jackson Amel is not really a good matchup for Toronto. All right, here we go. Out wide, Romero heads it in, but Mancosu wasn't really paying attention. Now here's Toronto on the counterattack. Giovinco. Giovinco outplays our central defender. Back to Morrow. Reynolds. It's a weak shot by Guijer. Crepeau handles it easily, and we get out of that one. It's only 13 minutes down. Already up 2-0. Both teams have two shots on target. Toronto has 2 fouls, 51% of the possession. So it's a pretty even match. It's just we've finished much better than they have. Their 2 shots, neither one was particularly dangerous. 15 minutes. This half seems to be going a little slowly, but right now the clock's rolling, so that's okay. Ratings-wise, we're pretty good. Romero, 7.3, but he's already got a yellow card. Mancosu and Jackson Amel. Here's Giovinco on the corner. Sends one in. Cabrera heads it out. Roa's going to chase it down for Toronto. They sends it back to Giovinco. Back post to Altidore. It's a tough matchup for anybody. He looks like he beat Salmon there on the back post. So it's a hard ask. You ask a fullback, I don't care who he is, to check Altidore. It's a pretty tough call. There he is. Just goes right up and over with the goal over Crepeau. So Toronto gets one back. 25 minutes in, but we're still leading. As long as they don't even it up by halftime, I think we'll be okay. Ratings are still pretty good. Okay, here we go. Giglio with the throw-in to Jackson. Bad touch. Here's the counterattack by Toronto. Altidore wins it to Giovinco. Altidore is on the run. He's wide open, but Giovinco, bad pass. Giger sends it forward. Great ball forward to Romero on a dead sprint. He's looking into the box. He's got two strikers to choose from. Back post to Jackson. Jackson with the header over Roa again. I just don't think he can stop Jackson at all. 6 jumping reach, 5'7" is not really a good matchup versus, I think Jackson's like 6'2" and like 14 jumping reach. So it's not a good matchup. Romero just wide open, chips it, and great header. This is reminiscent of last season. This is basically what we did last season. The same guys doing the same thing. Romero down the sideline. Nice crossing. Back post to Jackson Amel. You know, when guys have chemistry, I guess they just have chemistry. There's not much you can say about it. So maybe we spent all that money for nothing. How's Toure looking right now? 6.8 rating, I think it said. Crepeau sends one down. Mancosu tries to chase it down. There's Nasco, the young rookie. Hey, there's a completed pass forward. Back to Nasco. Toure sends it forward. Mancosu. Jackson shot well wide. At least we're able to complete some passes going forward. That's nice. Look at Toronto, man. They are dying. Messias, 56%. Bradley, 59%. They must have just come back from Canada duty. I can't imagine they wouldn't be on Canada duty. What's this all about? Giglio's picked up an injury of some sort. Potential hand injury. That's fine. Here's Giovinco. Corner on the near side. Sends it in. Messias heads it down. But that was a pretty bad shot, so nothing really comes of that. 2 minutes of added time. Giglio's playing well. A little hand injury isn't going to hurt anybody. Romero's got a yellow card, but he also has those 2 assists, so I'm not going to be taking him out anytime soon either. Salmon, probably our worst rated player right now, 6.6 rating. He did let in that goal, but it's hard to blame him for that. Anyway, analysis, what do we got? Giglio, slight injury. Could be sprained wrist ligaments. Midfield is outnumbered, yeah. Romero's been booked. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Go to the dressing room. Still up 2 goals, 3-1. Very pleased with your performance. Let's go. Start the second half. Kosu, Jackson, Toure to Cabrera. Bombs it downfield. Vargas, that's basically his first touch of the game that I've seen, and that was a pretty bad pass. Something happened there. Offside or something. They're going to have to make some subs here pretty soon. Here's Roa with the throw-in on the near side. Gets it to Esparilla. Gage gets it to Bradley. Let's see if Toronto can move it downfield or not. It's back to Roa, who doesn't seem to be going forward. Maybe we should stop closing down on Roa. He doesn't seem to be doing much. Just Giovinco definitely closed down on him. His shot was wide, though not much happening there. Here we go, right back into the highlights. 51 minutes down. Crepeau sends it forward to Romero. He can't win it. Altidore gets tackled. Nesco gets it to Toure. Good pass up to Jackson. He's got some men down the right, but he's got the ball stolen. So here's Toronto. They're going to work their attack. Asperillas tries to get it forward. Cabrera is there, though. Good play, good play. Yaya, back to Cabrera. We're going to move the ball forward a little bit. Matriculate the ball. Jackson to Toure. Out wide. Bad pass, turnover. But Giglio is there. Vargas. Back to Toure. Back to Mancosu. Toure, can he make a big play? No, he gets it to Jackson. That's a nice play, though. Vargas. That was some good patient play. It wasn't too bad. Here we are again on the attack. Romero loses it at midfield to Moro. Altidore now starts the counterattack for Toronto. Giovinco. Giovinco looking, has to drop it back to Bradley. Gage in the middle of the park. Out wide to Moro on the overlap. He sends it back to Bradley. To Gage. Backside Esperillo. Wide open goal. And he missed. Thank goodness. 56 minutes and counting. Ratings still look pretty good. I mean, we could take Giglio out. Vargas with a corner kick sends it in. It's sent right back to him. He centers it to Mancosu. To Toure with the shot. Oh, just wide. I thought that was going to go in. That would have been his one goal of the season, just like he got last year. It's pretty much the exact same play. Giovinco sends one in. Meyer heads it over the net. All right, we're at the 60-minute point. So, we've got Tran on the bench. We might as well sub out Giglio and let him rest his wrist. Look at Nasco, 7.1 rating. Toure is just so disappointing. I'm going to bring in Louis for Toure. And yeah, we'll let him play that deep-lying playmaker as well. Give Louis a little bit of some playing time there. Uh-oh, here we go. Giovinco. Centers to Akinola, who's in the game now. Tran heads it out. Mancosu's going to chase it down. Old man River running down field. He's got some support. Bad pass to Romero. Should have let the fullback pick that up. He sends to Louis. Louis got a man out wide. Gets it to Salmon on the overlap. Back post to Vargas. Mancosu probably should have tapped that in for a goal, but he didn't go for it for some reason. Let's see. I think we've got... No, not that. Analysis. Yeah. Romero's booked. Okay, so ease off tackling Romero. That's what I wanted to do. I like to tell Nasco as well, but it's probably not possible. 68 minutes and counting. Might be getting ready for a new highlight here. Maybe. Tran gets a yellow card. That's no good. Got a lot of yellow cards right now. Zapata tries to get it to Altidore. It's intercepted. Romero has it. Gets it to Jackson, who wins it. Jackson gets it forward to Mancosu. He tries to get it forward to Romero, but that's intercepted. And now Altidore and Giovinco on the counterattack. Altidore looking for Giovinco. He gets it to him. Crepeau with the stop, though. That was some pretty good coverage by Giguere. Gotta hand it to him. Here's Giovinco again. Meyer heads it down. It's bounced around and out. Bradley is still in there for Toronto, and he's going to have to stay in there because they made all 3 of their subs. Giovinco. Nice stop by Crepeau again. 73 minutes. Toronto seems to be putting on the pressure a little bit. So far, we're doing okay. Still got that 2-goal cushion. So they're going to have a furious comeback. 82 minutes. Akinola. Look at Michael Bradley sitting there at 48%. He's going to fall over. Probably just got off the plane from Team Canada duty, and they threw him right back in the mixer. Giovinco also isn't looking too hot. There's Roa, throw in. Akinola back to Roa. There's Vanderweel. He's back in the game. He was their big signing last season, but he looks like he's been replaced in the lineup a little bit. There's Bradley, Akinola. Looks like Toronto's sending a lot more guys forward. Zapata included. His shot's wide. They're trying to get more guys forward on the counterattack, I think. Here's Crepeau's going to send one downfield. Altidor's going to settle it down. Nasco can't win the ball. He's going to go after Giovinco. He's bracketed and just blasts one out of bounds. Here we go. Got 3 minutes of stoppage time. Here we go. 1 minute down. 2 minutes down. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. 10 seconds to go. Jackson getting forward on the attack. He's tackled by Vanderweel. That should be just about it. We're going to storm out of Toronto with a 3-1 victory. And there it is. Yes. Needed that. We had to stop the bleeding for sure. So, I mean, it looks like the 4-2-4 is what we need to be playing, regardless of who's in there. Ratings-wise, we did pretty good. Look at Jaguar with a 7.4 rating. Nasco, his first game as a professional, 7.2 rating. Very good. Louis came off the bench for a 6.8. Romero, 8.32 assists. Mancosu, 7.5 and a goal. Jackson Amell, 8.8 and 2 goals and an assist. So that's like vintage form for Jackson Amell. He really likes playing with Romero and Mancosu. Those are his boys. Good win, boys. Well done. All right, end the pep talk. Let's go. So that helps us out. That jumps us up to 3rd place. 9 points. Basically tied with the Red Bull, but they've got +4 goal differential. We got -1. Look at DC United. I don't know what they're doing, but when they lose big. But they've got 3 wins and 4 losses, so they are also up there with 9 points in the Eastern Conference. How are we doing Supporter Shield-wide? 7th. Western Conference seems to be playing pretty well. Houston up on top early, much like they were last season. Minnesota United, that's a bit of a shocker. They got 4 wins, 1 draw, no loss on the season. LA Galaxy also up there, Sporting KC. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good race there in the Western Conference, at least at the top of the conference. As far as the Eastern Conference, it is once again pretty tight. All the way down to Atlanta United in 7th place. Everybody is within striking distance of the top. Although Columbus, 12 points already on the season. They're looking pretty good. They do have 6 games, though. So, look at DC United. They got 7 games played already and only 9 points. So that might actually hurt their position quite a bit. Especially when you look at Philadelphia, has only played 4 games so far this season. They must have got the opportunity to cancel one of their games or something. I don't know why they've only played 4 games when some other teams have played 7. Anyway, that's MLS scheduling for you. So what do we have going forward in the schedule? Colorado, Portland, and then DC United at home. Probably will come back for that. You know, we'll have all of our players back from international duty finally. And as you can see, our schedule evens out a little bit more. You know, we only have one game a week starting with DC United. So we should be able to get a little bit more of a rhythm going, at least until the Canadian Championships start up. And then we're going to have this problem again for the month of June, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to have to play all of our Canadians in the Canadian Championship and see if we can beat Toronto again. Which, you know, they're going to be mad after losing this game, so it's going to make those 3 games in a row we have to play against Toronto all that much worse. But anyway, that's going to end it for now. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.